Whereas on the fifth floor, there was oneness, unity consciousness, the awareness that we are not separate. And then the fourth floor is the transition between those two very different worlds. And it's the fourth floor is the acknowledgement that we are in control of our destiny and that we are not victims, and that no one can make us play the role of victim unless we agree to it on some level. So as I continue on with my talk, you're going to feel and notice me transitioning from third to fourth, and hopefully ending on the fifth floor, where there is no fear. So getting back to why are they here, the ET contact, in my opinion, that's been going on since the 1950s, and they've been here since the beginning of time, of course, but the ET contact that's been going on since the early 1950s is tied directly to the ascension process, the movement, if you will, from third to fourth to fifth density. So now it's 2016, and finally the world is waking up. Not fast enough, in my opinion, and certainly not everyone is hearing the alarm go off. But I'm going to guess that most of the people in this room are well aware of what I mean by that statement. To awaken is, at this time, a two-part process. It's more than just the awareness of our oneness with our Creator. Awakening at this time on planet Earth is not all rainbows, unicorns, and lollipops. Unfortunately, that's what it should be, but it's not, because we're waking up on a prison planet. So, let me see where I'm at. When you wake up, you become aware of your oneness with the Creator, but at the same time, you look out onto the world where you're living and you realize that you're in a matrix. You're realizing that this is a planet that's been controlled and manipulated by some pretty powerful beings, some beings who have used our power against ourselves. And that's where the unpleasant part comes in. It's very hard to be awake in a world that is mostly unconscious. It's my opinion, actually it's more than an opinion, it's my experience that the ETs are here because of the shift we are now undergoing. We are taking a leap in evolution, going from third to fifth density. My guys call it the Great Earth Changes. Some ET groups, most, are here to assist us. They're here to observe us, and they're here to support us. But there are a few others that are here to stop us at all costs. For a while, we have to put our focus on that. Sorry about that, but that's what I'm going to talk about now. I didn't want to. I almost wasn't going to come and talk about this because it's not a pleasant subject, but it needs to be looked at. But if you can remember that I'm talking to you from the third floor and the fourth floor, and realize that what we're looking at and what we're talking about is, in truth and honesty, it's a game. Okay? I'm going to talk about some things that got me into trouble. And I'm not going to mince words because we're at a critical juncture on planet Earth. So we're at a time when we're going to move into the frequency or the timeline that best resonates with our soul. And this is nothing to fear. I know I get a lot of people after I give these talks who come up to me and say, am I going to make it? I'm like, there's nothing about whether you make it or not. Everybody has a soul. We're all part of oneness. We're all part of unity consciousness. It just doesn't, it's not in our awareness because we're living in these separate bodies. We think we're separate, but we're all going to go where our frequency takes us. So determining where you're going is your higher self will take care of that for you. So there's no fear. Everyone's going to make it. It's not a journey to any place. It's a journey of awareness. It's a remembering. We are all God playing in creation. We're sort of like playing hide and seek with ourselves. We fall into this state of forgetfulness so that we can remember again, because it's just so much fun. I don't know. I don't get it. We've all done it thousands of times before. So As you listen to me continue to talk, remember the true nature of your being. Remember that we are in truth oneness, that we are energy, and that we are holographic in nature. Okay? I don't want to add more fear to anybody. So I'm going to go down to the upper third floor. And from that perspective, that's where I'm going to talk to you. There are divisions within each floor. A lower third D, three-dimensional person is going to have way less awareness and is going to be less awake than an upper 3D person. So there's many floors within each floor, because you come onto a new level. When we moved into the fourth dimension, you start on the lower floor and you work your way up. And then you work your way up till you break through to the fifth dimension. It's a process. It's like climbing a ladder.